Okay, my TVP is done. You can see that or not, the light's not real good here. And now I'm going to put a cup of water in this pot and bring it to a boil. And then I'm going to dump in my rice, stir that for a minute, and let it set for just 5 minutes. Had to read the directions. Yeah. We'll bring this cup of water to a boil, put in the cup of rice, it's 1 to 1, stir it in, remove from heat, and let it set 5 minutes with the lid on. And then the only one we'll have left is making the gravy, and that's relatively fast. So, I'm hungry. Okay, my water's come to a boil, so now we got to dump the rice in. My TVP's sitting over there with the lid on it, staying warm. And all we're supposed to have to do is slowly stir this in, they say. And then after you get it all stirred in, I'm going to bring it back up to a boil, and then I'm going to set it off to the side for 5 minutes. Cool beans. And then while that 5 minutes is burning off, I'm going to make the gravy. So it should all come out pretty well, and I'm going to eat the whole thing in the 12 centimeter cup. So I'll be dumping the TVP and the gravy right into that cup on top of the rice. Okay, we have 1 cup of cold water here, and I'm going to open this gravy up and stir it into the cold water. Then we'll put it on the heat and bring it up to a boil and thicken it up. Now, I have to admit my ignorance on this. The girls straightened me out on it. The first time I did this, or the first few times I did this, I stirred the gravy mix into boiling water, and it immediately got lumpy. That's just a matter of not reading the directions properly, and that and a little bit of an assumption. I assumed that's the way it was supposed to be done. I was wrong. So, doing it this way, I think we're going to get a lot better product. I'm almost positive of it. So, we'll bring that up to a boil and stir that until it thickens up, and by then I think the rice will be done, and we'll be ready to eat. Cool. Okay, the gravy is boiling and thickened up well. Take that off the heat. Blow up my stove, flip my remote, and I have the rice in here. I've got to fluff that up. I'll bring the camera in so you can see what I'm up to. Okay, that's where everything is going to go right there. Everything's going to go into the rice. So I'm going to take my gravy spoon and I'm going to, rice looks good. Looks real good. And it looks about the right amount this time. Okay, there's the rice. Now I've got my TVP here. I'm going to dump all of that in. Stir that into the rice. You know, if you're all backpacking, at least for me, this would be pretty high end. Of course, it took quite a while to cook it too. Okay, there's that. Now I'm going to put a whole package of gravy in there. And there's a few little onion bits in the bottom here. I'll get those. This is onion gravy. There we go. Okay, I think we're ready to eat. I'll let this cool down enough so I can taste it, turn the camera back on, and I think we're done. But it smells really good, and I'm sure it'll taste good. Okay. Now, when I washed these pots before I come out of here, the carbon felt handles were all wet. But once I put them on and fired up the pot, the handles dried out in like 3 minutes. That's just good. Now, if you guys was wondering about sodium, I looked. The rice has no sodium. The TVP had 480 milligrams per serving. There's 2 servings, so this with the gravy is about 1,300 milligrams. So yeah, it's really high in salt. But hey, all this stuff is. That's a 10. I'm Tinny from minibulldesign. Get out and hike. Take a friend. Enjoy the great outdoors, and more important than anything, have a really great day. Try to get out and do some cooking on your alcohol stove. And just enjoy life. Bye-bye.